Howdy ho YouTube, Scott here. I started a little project on my barn. My wife and I bought this place in 1999, and it came with this barn shed, pole barn, that I believe was built in the 80s from an insurance claim. They had a big hay fire and in their old barn, wooden barn, and it burned up. Previous owner, and they were able to have this shed built, I believe in the mid 80s. And since 99, since my wife and I have lived here, the roof has leaked and has rotted some of the material inside the barn, holding the barn together. And I wanted to start filming earlier. Kind of ripped open this side. It's a three-sided barn, and when we purchased the place it had a dirt floor, and so the roof has leaked along these edges and ran down the side and then rotted the base. And as you can see, this base is just rotted out. It's flexing as I push it. So I've kind of jimmy rig jacked it up and then dug down under the previous posts and attached some steel to them and put some concrete in. And hopefully those will hold those in place. There was a post here and it rotted at the base, and I'll show you this other wall, what the rot had done. But I'm planning to put a new post there and then tie into that 2x12 and come over, and I need to put a new post here, and I've been waiting because I've had a wren nest right here, and that's where they lived, and one of them is now jumping around, but I don't know if you could see in there if I block this. There's 4 of them bundled up in here, and they're trying to gather up the courage to go ahead and get out and start flying. Their brother or sister that's courageous has been around here flittering all around, climbing on these boards and flying all around. So the rot, the rain comes down along the roof, and this corner lip on the outside of the roof needs to be resealed, because that's where the water comes in along the top, and then it runs down and just gets all these boards wet. So you can see the corner here, I've got boards I need to repair that are rotted. Anyhow, thanks for taking a look, and I'll keep you updated. Well, I might be able to get another little better view of the little wrens here that are just now starting to leave the nest and venture out. If they get on the ground, I'll get another shot of them. Pretty cute little guys. Okay, there's one of the little wrens learning to fly. Shucks, went out of screen. Okay, gonna attempt to film popping a hole for a new post. Guess I didn't really explain earlier, I jacked up the rafters and I put these braces in to level up my opening, and now I'm ready to pop a new hole to place a new post. and it's going to line up hopefully with that rafter that brace is holding up. And I'm going to try and attempt to film drilling and holding the camera. Alright, quick update on the baby wrens. There's still 3 holding on to the nest, and the mama keeps coming over and feeding them a little bit more to get them strengthened up. And this one is looking at us. Oh, now it's running. There's 2 more hanging down here. The other 2 have been scurrying around the edges of the barn, building their strength. Oh, there he is. Oh, he hid back. I better leave him alone. I'm probably making him scared. Oh, he's got enough strength. He's flying up and quetching onto the side of the barn. Some of his first flights on a post that needs to get pulled out. Well, it's not going so well. I have forgotten that when we purchased this barn floor was all dirt, and the wind had blown the dust away, and the barn was actually sitting up high, and you could see daylight all around the edges of the barn. They had landscaped with rocks that they had found in the pasture, previous owners, and I remember collecting those rocks and putting them in the barn before we bought hauled gravel, and then we put lime on the barn floor. So I started digging a hole and got into some rocks. I have to clear some rocks so I could get down into the dirt. I'll try and get some footage of the auger in action. Okay, pulled several rocks out of this where I started to trench a hole or auger a hole, and I'm glad I didn't get hooked up on one, because that auger doesn't belong to me. It's my dad's, and he would not be a happy camper. Oh, it's wandering on me. I'm hitting another rock. Doggone. Well, I just wanted to show you the auger in action. Might have to waller out my hole. Quick wren update. There's 2 sitting down in here, and they're just mustering up the courage to get up and move around. The other 3 have been bobbing around the barn, fluttering around, spreading their wings, having fun, learning to fly, and enjoying life. This is Copper. He's soaking in the dog days of summer, and I'm waking him up and bothering him. He's a rescue that we got last week. He either got hit or jumped off a truck, and we know he had a pretty rough scuffle with either a coon or some other varmint, and he's used to being with his pack of buddies hunting and baying all night at raccoons up in a tree. We're keeping him in this pen, and I hope you don't think this pen is too inhumane. It's pretty good size, but he wants to run off, so I'm gonna have to do some leash training with him and get him used to hanging around. But all week long he's been laying around here kind of supervising me as I work on this barn. So that's Copper's story. When he gets to speaking, I'll try and get that on film. Gonna try and get one of these little wrens on film, because they sure are cute when they flutter around. There he is in between the tank and the edge rail of the trailer. Hopefully he doesn't catch too much wind of me, because then they kind of take off. Mama's been close by, keeping an eye on him. See if I could zoom in with that. Oh, He was up on top of the tank and he'd start slipping around the sides. See if I could. Oh, he's up on the brick. Now he's in the corner. Well, we're just doing the round of the rosy. I'm probably stressing him out, but he's having fun fluttering around, learning to fly. Kind of cute little guys. The babies are pretty good size now. When I ripped that wall off, they were pretty little, and I've been waiting for them to grow to take that post out, because I didn't want to just destroy them or try and relocate the post and see if the mama would take care of them. But oh, there he is. He flew up to the edge rail. Hopefully you could see him there. He's on the edge rail of the golf cart, and he's just hanging out. There's a breeze coming through. It's 95 today and 70+% humidity, so it's kind of steamy. Oh, he's flying good now. Okay, well, I've gotten a pretty good hole. I think it's right at 4 feet. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to shave this side of the hole to get it to level up here with this end of the joist. And then my plan is, once it's in there and it's leveled up and I can fasten it to that, I'm going to cut this back here and splice into it with a new one to the new post that I'm going to put there, and then put a patch on there that goes all the way and tie it in the corner. A quick wren update. The last time I looked, I think we're down to 1 to fly the coop, and Mama's been bringing it plenty of food, so we actually have a lot of birds around here. All kinds of birds. Yep, I think there's just one in there that's not focusing, and he's going to take his time to get his strength, get his courage, get out and about, and start enjoying life, flying around free. Well, I've rigged up a plumb line, and I'm holding it on the edge of my post where I want my hole to line up with, and this is kind of a jimmy rig plumb line out of a hinge pin, but it's on the edge of the hole, and I don't know, probably can't see from there where it's hitting, but my hole dives back that way. So I'm going to have to do some shaving on my hole, and some of you out there that have run a auger a lot more than I have, probably going to leave me some comments and some tips and tricks, which I'll happily accept. But the rotted post, I think, is still in the ground, and I hit a few things that just derailed my path. So, oh well, probably take me the rest of the day to clear this out so I could get my new post in. How to cut a post when you don't have power in your barn. Okay, well, I finally got this hole shaved pretty well, and was able to get it shaved off to the side to level this post. And I'm 4 foot down, and all the concrete's going to be on one side. I've just got a small piece of PVC pipe and some water, and I got 1 sack in there. I'm trying to just mix up a little bit, and I've got water in a small water tank here on a little trailer behind the golf cart, so should have enough water. I bought some bags of concrete mix. And then a good friend of ours, I purchased these through his employee discount at Tanemic in Kansas City, and they actually do make mortarcrete, and it comes in buckets. I can't get that focus, sorry. Comes in buckets, 55-pound buckets, and was able to get a pretty good deal. But Tanemic makes industrial paint, and they make some really good paint. And that's the bucket I have here that's holding the post against the side level. So I'll get some more bags in there. We should be in pretty good shape here pretty soon. Well, alright, viewers, we've got one post in, and I've just popped some exterior 3-inch deck screws in it. Tomorrow I plan on sinking a couple bolts, and then I've got some strong tie brackets, and we've got at least 3.5 feet of concrete on this. I didn't want to go all the way to the top because I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future here. Hopefully the whole floor will be concrete and we'll have a nice shop area. This is a 45 by 60 barn, and the overall goal is divide it in two and insulate and concrete 1/2. So was able to get one post in today. Got quite a bit of dirt to clean up, and hopefully tomorrow start working on this other post. The wrens have been playing around the barn all day long, and now they all left, but I think 3 of them came back, and none are down in the hole, the nest, but I see 3 of them are back, and Mama's been coming over and feeding them, getting them strong. So I imagine tomorrow these other 3 will be strong and out on their own, where the other 2 that were probably a little stronger and were getting more of the food to begin with are out and about. This post wasn't able to level it perfect, and don't go off my braces, they're not level perfect. I just jacked up these ceiling joists and put a brace under them to hold them in place. But the post is pretty near level, and I think okay. So to close out this video, we got 3 little baby wrens, and their mama keeps coming and feeding them to get them strong to leave. And this is Scott. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, maybe subscribe. This is my first video, so I'm going to try and learn about filming and doing a little bit better. And if you want to see some really good videos, please tune in to Mr. Pete, A-Bomb79, Brian Block, and Keith Finner. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.